In the frozen heart of Asia stood a mountain no one believed could be climbed, its walls steeper than giants, its reputation absolute. In 1956, two rival expeditions walked toward it, knowing only one truth: failure was expected.
Hey, glad you're here. Welcome to the Himalayan Journals. Here on this channel, we bring to you real stories from century old field notes. We try to keep it simple and calm here. Think of it as a documented history of the Himalayas from the early 1900s, covering stories of indigenous wisdom, epic expeditions, and groundbreaking science passed on just as they were recorded. Subscribe, zone out, binge.
At the northwestern end of the Himalayan chain rise the Karakoram Mountains, joined with the Hindu Kush and the Pamirs to form the geological heart of Asia. In this harsh and isolated region lies the Baltoro Glacier, nearly 40 miles long, surrounded by an unmatched assembly of giant peaks. Here, among towers and spires that guard the glacier's entrance, stands the Muztagh Tower, long regarded as a symbol of inaccessibility. Its sheer walls, rising to 23,800 feet, appeared more severe than many of the higher 8,000-meter peaks. Ever since Vittorio Sella photographed it in 1909, the tower had embodied the idea of the unclimbable. Yet in July 1956, two expeditions, British and French, approached it from different sides, and 8 men would reach its summit. On 21st May 1956, at 4 in the morning, the French party waited on Rawalpindi airfield. The heat of the night still clung to the ground, with temperatures between 110 and 120 degrees Fahrenheit. As dawn outlined the mountains of Kashmir, André Contamine, Pastor Paul Keller, Robert Paragot, Gigido Magnone, Dr. Francois Florence, and Captain Ali Usman prepared to fly to Skardu with 3 tons of equipment. After weeks of permits, signatures, and delays since arriving in Karachi, the Dakota finally lifted off and threaded its way through valleys above the Indus before landing at Skardu less than 2 hours later. By 24th May, the expedition was installed in the Skardu guest house. The days that followed were consumed by organization. 120 porters were hired, loads divided, and supplies purchased. Keller took charge of porterage, Contamine of the commissariat, and Paragot of equipment. Florence was besieged daily by locals seeking medical help. On 27th May, the party crossed the Indus and moved up the Shigar Valley, reaching Dassault by raft, soaked but intact. By 31st May at Ascola, porters were replaced and 2 tons of flour secured amid chaos and shouting. On the 2nd of June at Bagdamal, disaster was narrowly avoided. Porters struggled across the Dumordo torrent, several being swept away and rescued at the last moment. That evening, a mud avalanche thundered down from 5,000 feet above, burying the campsite under yards of earth. The party escaped only by rushing to higher ground. By 5th June, the expedition was on the Baltoro Glacier at Urdukas, surrounded by an extraordinary forest of peaks. News arrived that a strong British expedition under John Hartog was already attacking the Muztagh Tower by the northwest ridge. With limited food and no intention of interference, the French decided to examine other faces of the mountain. After severe weather, porter desertions, and delays, base camp was established on 12th June near the southeast ridge. Reconnaissance soon showed that the north ridge was impossible, leaving only the southeastern approach. Progress depended on crossing a dangerous ice fall, which required cables and winches to haul loads past the seracs. Persistent snowfall stalled all movement for 10 days. By the end of June, the weather finally cleared. Camps were established higher on the mountain, and by 5th July, Camp 3rd stood at 19,500 feet beneath a massive barrier of ice. On 6th July, the team gained the upper plateau and confirmed that the southeast ridge offered the only remaining line. On 8th July, from Camp 4 at 20,500 feet, the climbers saw the British reach the summit. 2 days later, after exhausting climbing on near vertical rock and ice, the French reached the ridge themselves. Snow and slow progress forced a retreat, but on 14th July they set out again. After a severe bivouac at 22,900 feet on the night of the 11th of July, the final ascent began at dawn. Deep, unstable snow slowed every step. Each climber took turns breaking trail. At midday on the 12th of July, after hours of effort, they reached the summit at 1 o'clock. The top was too sharp to stand on, and worsening weather allowed only moments before descent. The return was long and dangerous, with rappels and darkness and heavy snowfall. At last, they reached Camp 4 exhausted and safe. By 19th July, the expedition was retreating down the Baltoro, assisting the frost-bitten Hartog along the way. At Urdukas, rivalry gave way to friendship. Together, British and French climbers celebrated not just success, but a shared bond formed at the edge of the world.